We are going to do this now. Okay, so this is going to be the official start of the live stream. Yes, Dr. Dread is in the house. Respect to everybody in the house. Okay, so we're starting, coming to good time. Dr. Dread. Dr. Dread, we got Ped, we got Unrivaled Boxing, we got Eric Ross, and we are starting now. Okay, right. So, yes, John Warrior is in the house. Respect to everybody in the house. Respect to everybody in the house. Fantastic. Okay, so here we go. Yes, yes. Everybody, welcome. This is the second edition of Boxing Talk. It's Raphie Dawkins, Combat Radio, and we're live. Okay, so without much further ado, we're going to start off with the first topic, which is Joyce versus Dubois. Okay, now, when I first heard this, I was a bit surprised. I was a little bit surprised, to be honest, because I thought, well, two unbeaten British boxers. Surely there's plenty of European guys out there who they could be fighting, build up their talent experience, and then fight each other. But I was surprised to know they were both going for the British title against each other. I was a little surprised, to say the least. Okay. Okay, I'm going to cut away from there. Well, John, I'm going to answer your question in a second, John. Okay, as a matter of fact, I'll answer it now. Why, John Warrior says, why don't you call into the Boxing Voice anymore? Ness is spreading the LDBC propaganda unhindered. Now, okay, I'll be honest with you. I will be honest with you. I've kept my thoughts and my views on the matter to myself. But I'm going to be honest with you. What is the British represent? I'm not a hater. But if give me your honest opinion, what is the British representation like on the Boxing Voice these days? I only catch it for a few seconds here and there. I can't watch it. I don't watch it for more than a few seconds, a few minutes at most. I called in the other day, but my phone was a bit dodgy, so I didn't get through. But my position is, if I'm watching that for 1.5, 2 hours, then I could be doing my own stuff on my own channel. I could be building my own shizzle. So that's my question. What is the British representation like on the Boxing Voice? And for people who don't know, I was a co-host on the Boxing Voice. I was asked to go on there by Ness and Mike. I got a Skype call. If you want further details, go to my very first video on this channel. Long story short, I made the very first video on this channel after I left the Boxing Voice. Ness was sending me links intermittently, so I'd be taking a little bit of time off work, come home to get on the Boxing Voice, kind of doing as a favor for them, to be honest with you, and as well as a little bit for myself. And there'd be no link, so Ness was playing games with the links. I don't know if he thought that I was starstruck in some kind of way, you know. Oh, I'm on the internet. Oh, I can see my picture. You know, I don't. Maybe Tommy Temper in the house. Tommy, my bad. I started late, bro. Little technical issues. You know, I'm not a technological guy. I'll get there. But respect for everybody for hanging in and coming through. We're just talking about the Boxing Voice at the moment. Somebody brought it up, so you know I'm speaking on it. So I think Ness may have thought that I'd be starstruck. Oh, I've got my picture on the computer. oh, I'm going to be a star now. Unbeknownst to Ness, unbeknownst to Ness, I went to film school. Unbeknownst to Ness, I have filmed. I have camera experience, sound experience. When other students let you down, drop out, the sound guy drops out, you have to become the sound guy. I had an editor for my first film. I'd never edited before, short piece. I had to learn editing. A cameraman drops out, you have to learn camera. Although we learned a little bit of everything, but you have to become proficient with it. So unbeknownst to us, I'll call him Aquaman, I have media experience. Back in the day, yes, but media experience nonetheless. And I was one of the top people in my class. I say the top guy because a lot of people dropped out, so I had to do most things. I was probably the only person who had fulfilled every role: director, cameraman, sound man, lighting man. I was the most proficient. I became the most proficient on that course. That was back in the day. Yes, admittedly, but it don't take long to pick that shit up. And certain things I've done filming subsequently, you know. So I'm not a stranger to creating original pieces. Yeah. Also a musical background, musician, songwriter, getting a bit too deep about my own personal stuff, but I'm just letting you know my background. So I think he thought, Aquaman thought, oh, Raf's going to be starstruck and then I can pull his strings. And if I don't send him a link, he's going to be worried and he's going to come, oh, Ness, please. What did I do wrong? Well, sorry, but fuck that. Never in a month of Sundays would I kowtow to someone trying to pull my strings and trying to manipulate me. So yeah, it didn't work. The stop sending link, send a link here, not tomorrow, the day after, but not the day after that. That was supposed to manipulate me and to have me submissive. And absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because the truth be told, I was always going to be doing this shit for myself. I was always going to be doing this shit. So yeah, all that trickery, not sending you a link today, no explanation. No. That crap didn't work with me. It obviously may have worked with others. Crap couldn't work with me. I went off. I went off on one there. I went off. I went off. Why don't you call the boxing voice anymore? Nest spreading LDBC propaganda unhindered. Unhindered. You see, I have watched it for a few minutes here and there, but as I explained, while I'm watching it, I think, hold on a second, I could be making a video. I could be making a video for my own channel. What am I doing? So we see, when I was there, I represented the UK to the fullest, and I didn't care what about opposing views. That's all good. I have an opposing view, but I'm repping UK. I'm repping UK, you know, and I'm hearing from different sources that the representation, you know, the representation, John Warrior, Akon and Jack are the only resistance. Yeah, well, it's good to know there's some resistance. Unrivaled Boxing says, talk and news. Most of the boxing voice to me seems to be the same thing over and over again. It's boring, annoying, and repetitive. It works for them, but for me, it's chronic. You know, I ain't gonna blow my own trumpet, but when I was there, I brought the fire. Sorry, not blowing my own trumpet, but when I was there, I brought the fire, brought the heat, brought controversy, brought antagonization. When I was antagonized, I antagonized back. It was fire. It was fire. You know, I'm gonna post a link to one of the last times I was on. I was on a few times. I'm gonna post a link to the last time I was on. It's total fire. It was mayhem. It was absolute mayhem. You know, entertainment level through the roof. And I'm not down with this all nice and calm, sit down like news presenters. No, I'm not down with that. Not really. I mean, there's a place for it. If that's what you want, then that's cool. But when I was on, it was carnage. It was it was mayhem. You know, I'd be nicey for a bit, and then we get into it. Next, we get into it with me. I'd get into it back with him, and he hasn't got anybody there that's like that now. There's no two men clashing. There's no two warriors from the opposite sides clashing, sabers drawn. I don't see that. That that Aquaman fella, oh gosh, the Aquaman guy. I don't hate him like a lot of people hated him. To me, it was just funny, trying to intimidate me. That was a joke. That was funny. That was laughable. And that's where the clashes came. But they were good for the show, in my opinion. That was high entertainment. Now, um, it's very nice. It's very civilized. I appreciate the guys repping for the UK, and they have their own flavor, and that's as it should be. But me, I came a different way, you know. But props to UK guys there. My flavor was different. Ped says Oh, John Warrior says a Khan has gone soft. Ness is manipulating. Well, that's sad. If a Khan's gone soft, I hope he can, kind of shake off that soft shell, grow a tough one. I like the dude, but can't be going soft over there. Props to a Khan, respect. A Khan, jump in the chat, bro. You're more than welcome to come on over here and chat. Ped says I'm banned. Ped, I was wondering where the hell you had got to over there. I never see your name when I go over there for a few minutes. John Warrior says, yeah, Akan and Jack are the only resistance. Yeah. John Warrior, but he only calls in once. Peds 100. Tommy Temper. Yes, Raph. Yes, Tommy. It's all good. Wicked. Tommy Temper, I remember you from TBV. You called Ness out for his bullshit. I did, Tommy, regularly, every day. I was calling that Aquaman all the time. John Warrior. AJ needs a strong voice of reason online, especially YouTube. Yes. AJ needs to contact me, man. We need to we need to work something out. But to be fair, I'm just repping. I'm just saying it as I see it. If AJ ever fucks up, I'll say so. You know what I'm saying? If AJ ever fucks up, I'll say so. I do support the UK, but not a lapdog. John Warrior, all these LDBC channels are increasing. Yo, John Warrior, look at the breeding rate of rats. Yeah, look at the breeding rate of rats. They're rabid. They're rapid. That's how it works. Ped, poison. Yes. Unrivaled boxing. The best piece of advice when you come away from the LDBC and TBV stuff. You'll find yourself around real hardcore boxing fans. It makes boxing more fun. Absolutely. You are repping very well. Respect, Tommy Temper. I think that's the stage I'm at. Yeah, Ped. Simon Ghost Riley. The boxing voice is unwatchable. Sorry, the boxing voice. We're not here to slate you. This is just the first part. Somebody asked the question. I'm responding. The people are responding. Tommy Temper, you brought balance, but as you say, Ness could not tame me. No way. Ped says, Ness, Aquaman has female feelings. John Warrior, Aquaman likes to be in control. Yes. Ped, Winchester at the ready. You know that. Okay. So we've gone over the past. Now we're getting back on topic. Do you want to add me on Raphie? Bro, Unrivaled, I'm going to talk to you privately about that, bro. I've got a separate show where I'm going to be bringing on guest hosts. Yeah. So that's in the pipeline, and definitely I'm going to be rotating a bunch of guys, and you are one of them. So that'll be cool. If you're down with that, then I'm down with that. Yeah, Mr. Unrivaled Boxing says awesome, man. So we're cool. Yeah. So just to everybody, public information announcement. Yeah, I've got 2 shows now. It's going to be 2 regular shows. One on Wednesday, either 9 or 9:30, and I'll have a public vote on that, whether it should be 9 or 9:30, and then there's going to be this one on Friday. So it's going to be me solo on the Wednesday show and the Friday show. I'm thinking about a 3rd show, and I think on that show, first of all, I'm going to get situated with me doing this on my solo, and then I'm going to be adding in guest. Scant Rants is in the house. LDBC represented. LDBC in the house. Yeah, Scant. It's good for you to have the nuts to show up. I'm good. Hope you are too. So initially, it's going to be me on a solo tip, and then I'm going to be, when I get comfortable, I'm going to go. I'm gonna be bringing in rotating guests. Tommy Temper's gonna be the first in it, and then we got other guys like Unrivaled. We got guys like Jedi Temple, I think his name is, and we got guys like what's that guy's name? The New Zealand guy. The New Zealand guy. AD is in the house. We got the New Zealand, the Big Boy Boxing. Got Big Boy Boxing coming through. He wants to get on as well. So I'm going to be rotating a bunch of guys, keeping it fresh. Fresh. So who we got? We got AD. AD's come through to show his support. Big up AD. Big up AD. We got Leighton Evelyn. Once again, not Leighton. Don't be sorry you're late. I was late, bro. I'm sorry I was late. You know what I'm saying? We got Pedge, yeah, Tommy Temper, yeah, BBB. Tommy Temper told me it's BBB, Big Boy Boxing. He's a Kiwi guy. I've been listening to him for a while, so for him to say he wants to get on with my thing, that's awesome, man. Awesome to me. Yeah, and we have Nexus. Yes. So just to round off the boxing voice thing, the boxing voice was good for me in so much as that pretty much almost every single one of you guys that I'm talking to now, I met off the boxing voice. Well, I didn't meet, but I got to know off the boxing voice. Almost every single one. So the boxing voice was good to me in that respect. You know, it got my beak wet. It got my beak wet. And yeah, so it was cool. It's cool for me, you know, but obviously I had to dip. Okay, guys. So that was a long intro. And I think it was good because it allowed people to get into the place, into the live chat. Wicked. Right. So now, shocking today. Aquaman was shocking today. Oh, says Leighton Evelyn. You know, I tell you the truth, just before we finish off this stuff, I went to bed and I had my tablet with me and it was playing. I thought, let me listen to this because a few people have said the same thing. They said yesterday was shocking. Yesterday was shocking. So I thought, let me just put a little bit of this on and I'll listen to it for 5 minutes and then I'll fall asleep. I woke up with an uncomfortable feeling. I woke up feeling uncomfortable. You know, I woke up feeling uncomfortable. I don't know what the hell was being said on that shizzle, but it must have got into my subconscious. And then I just woke up feeling uncomfortable. I had a dream that I was back on there and things were bad. Things were bad. I woke up feeling, uncomfortable. Why the Aquaman name? Well, the Aquaman name came about because Do you? Tommy Temper asked me why the Aquaman ain't. Did you see when the dude in question got squirted by one of AJ's security guys? Tommy, did you see him get squirted with a water bottle? Ped says Scant Rant is infiltrating to report back to the JLDBC generals. Listen, Ped, the circle of tents. Ped, circle the tents. Circle the tents. Get all the kids safe and circle the tents. Okay, so told you they would come. Circle the tents. Neil, yeah, I know. Nexus, I was coming to that. Nexus one, I was coming to that. What? So I christened the security guy Neil as Neil the Baptist because I called in to Aquaman and I said, "Bro, listen, don't worry, you've been baptized now. Neil the Baptist has taken care of you. You're baptized. You've been sanctified. Yeah, you've got the holy water on you now. Yeah, so don't feel bad, bro. So he's Aquaman." And Neil is Neil the Baptist. Yeah. So those are the code words. Okay. Right. Is there anybody else joined that I haven't mentioned? Okay. Right. So now everybody is in the house and we AD says Neil should get an MB. Absolutely. I concur. I would co-sign that. Right. So God bless says Nexus one. Oh my. Between Ortiz. John Warrior says it looks like there's a disconnect between Ortiz and his manager and promoter. I don't know. I haven't seen that yet. That must be breaking news. I haven't seen that yet, but Ortiz is on the topic sheet. Okay. Right. So let's start. What is the reason? No, that's not the first one. Joyce versus Dubois. My thoughts, and then over to you guys. Well, first of all, what do you think about Joyce versus Dubois? We thought that they were going to be fighting each other now. I was a bit uncomfortable with that. I thought they could build each other up. We got Big Baby Farmer. What was your previous name, Big Baby Farmer? Big up to you. Big up to you, sir. What was your previous name? Big Baby Farmer. Somebody's changed their name. Right. So Leighton Evelyn asked me, is that fight happening? That fight is not happening now. That fight is not happening now. Joyce v. Dubois. No, we thought it was, but it's not happening now. I was uncomfortable with the thought of them fighting each other straight away. I thought that they had plenty more European opposition to get through, build up their experience. And I thought they could go different ways. I thought Dubois, I was comfortable with Dubois going the British route and Joyce going the European route. There was no need in my mind for them to meet so early, you know? And then, because I haven't done a video on it because I was still mulling it over. I was unsure. I was mulling it over. It didn't seem to make sense to me. So then I saw that Frank Warren had signed them both. And I thought, is Frank Warren doing some kind of Don King thing where he signs both fighters and so then it doesn't matter who loses? You know, and I thought, hold on, don't tell me that's the program. These guys could keep building and fight at a later date when it's a massive fight. Why do it now? It didn't make sense to me. It really did not make sense to me. But now I see that they're not fighting. They're going different routes, which to me does make sense. So that matter's been resolved. That matters. Leighton Everin says, I knew it wouldn't happen. Yeah, well, I'm glad it didn't happen. It's too soon. It's way too soon, in my book. That's my opinion. Tommy Temper asked me about what do I think about the whole Miller boxing license saga. That is on the topic list. That will be the last thing we talk about, by the way. That's on the topic list. So I'm definitely going to be talking about that. Big Pharma salute, Leighton Or Evelyn Ortiz plan backfired bad. Yeah, that's the second topic list, which you go into now as it happens. Okay, so that's the first topic. Typical Frank Warren spin. Yeah, Frank Warren, he's been in the game. If anybody hasn't checked it out yet, I found a piece, a retro piece on Frank Warren in the 70s. It's Frank Warren in the 70s. It's a news item, it's a news clip. And Frank Warren at that point was promoting unlicensed boxing. He was promoting unlicensed boxing. And the video's up. Scroll back about a few, Leighton Evelyn, dodgy. Scroll back a few videos, you'll see the video up. It's funny as hell. Funny as hell. I see you educate that fool on BFTB. That should be a topic as well. Next says, I see you educate that fool on BFTB boxing. I've got a video of our first debate because I've had 3 debates with BFTB. The first one was nothing. It wasn't a debate. It was back and forth for a few seconds, and he cut me off. And it was back and forth for a few more seconds, and he cut me off again. So he cut me off twice within the space of 5 minutes. I think he cut me off, brought me back, cut me off. He was mad. So that was like a 3, 4, 5 minute foolishness. That was the first one. The second one was a nice one. I recorded it with the intention of uploading it, but for some reason that damn thing will not upload, and it's a good one. I'm going to keep the video, and by hook or by crook, I'm going to upload that because I think that I stumped him. I think that I next stumped the guy. The relay had him yesterday. I listened to that one live. Leighton Evelyn said the relay had him up yesterday. I listened to that one live, and I didn't think it was the relay. I thought it was somebody else because he sounded different. I think on the relay, he speeds up the tape so he speaks faster. But when he was on BFTB, it was just him sounding different. You know? Where are we? Warren building his stable. Yeah, Warren's building his stable, says Leighton Evelyn. Tommy Temper says, sweet. Baby Farmer, typical Frank Warren spin. Yep, absolutely. Leighton Evelyn, dodgy. That's in reference to Frank Warren's stint as an unlicensed boxing promoter. Hey, unlicensed boxing promoter. Maybe we could start promoting Big Baby. We're coming to that. If he can't get a license. Yes, Nexus. I see you educate that fool BFTB. Yeah, I'll be on there again. I'll let you know when I'm going on there. I'll make a public announcement. And we can go en masse. Oh, no, it won't make sense. Oh, he's made me a mod over there. BFTB has made me a mod. The reason being, yeah, I know, Ped. I haven't switched sides, trust me. The reason being, every time I went over there, as soon as the LBD, whatever you call them, BCLGB, whatever, as soon as they saw me, he was like, ping, time out. Next comment, ping, time out. So I told him, I said, yo, your people are timing me out every time I come on. He said, I can solve that. You know what I'll do? I'll do that right now. Let's do this as a team. Let's do this as a team. I'm going to make you mod right now. So that was hilarious. I am a mod on BFTB, believe it or not. But I can't save anybody because as soon as they see you, they recognize your name, bing, it's out. You're out. I haven't banned anybody over there. I haven't timed anybody yet. Nor will I. I just go over there, say what I gotta say, and then I'm out. Okay, so, right. I saw the video. You should be. Nevlin says he should be in an asylum. Oh, man. He drive the other people there mad. It was Mickey Duff who told Warren to make his program legal. Wow. Mickey Duff, old school. Yeah, Unrivaled Boxing said that. It's old school. Mickey Duff, wow. I only just heard about this guy. No, you don't need nothing with that guy. He just abuses people. He abuses people. And if you abuse him back, then there's a temptation he's going to cut you off. But I just abuse him back gently in a nice voice, get it back and then try to get it's very difficult to have a conversation with the guy. Yes, L8 and Evelyn. The relay had him yesterday. The relay had him up, yeah. Ped, I've seen his vid, yeah. Lol, Tommy Temper, BFTV is not the full picnic. He's got exposed by that guy with the funny voice on the with the minions on Rival Boxing. That was Ring IQ. Yeah, it was. I don't think it's a funny voice. I think he speeds up the thing. He definitely speeds up his voice. He speeds up the tape when he talks. So it seems like he's got a high pitched voice. Love myself. The mods just remove comments all the time. They are pathetic. They're the worst. They are the worst. I've seen some bad stuff on LBDB, whatever channels, but they are the worst. Right. Okay. So, second topic. We're gonna get into it. Ortiz v. Joshua. Right. So, we're looking at the real reason. The real reason Ortiz v. Joshua is not happening. At first, I thought it was greed. At first, I thought it was just that Ortiz wanted more money. But as time has gone on, no, I don't think it's that at all. I think it's that Ortiz may want the fight. His handlers, remember, Ortiz is under the PBC umbrella. The PBC umbrella, the head man is Al Heyman. Al Heyman got a $500, I repeat, $500 investment from an investment group. I guess they're bankers. To take his product to TV. He convinced them he could make money. It didn't work out. This is some years ago. It didn't work out. But obviously, he still is indebted to those people. So he has to make the money back that was invested, and obviously more still. So Al Heyman, it is my opinion and my contention, he has a program. He has contracts with Fox and Showtime. They obviously have an ongoing, rolling, long-term deal. It is my contention that for him to maximize his income for the people he owes money to, these big bankers, he needs world champions. As a consequence of that, Crawford, who does he have? Does he have Spence? He has Spence. All right. Spence is under the PBC umbrella. Spence, he won't let anywhere near Crawford for the reasons I've just outlined. Because he might get beat. Not that he will get beat, he might get beat. He won't let Deontay Wilder, also under the PBC umbrella, anywhere near Anthony Joshua because he might get beat. He won't let the likes of, what is there somebody else? Who's the third one? Who's the third champ he's got? You got a third champ. Slipped my mind. Okay. But anyway, on to Ortiz. Right. For that same reason, Ortiz, they've got him up as the boogeyman. He's not a boogeyman. He's a guy on heart or blood meds. He's a guy on meds. He's a guy on meds. Yeah. But he needs him. As simple as he seems to us, just another fighter. No, to Al Heyman, he's a valuable commodity. He's a guy who he can get to fight Wilder for $500,000. Yeah, I'm sure there's a backroom payment, but effectively, $500,000 is the stated purse. And he's supposed to be at that time number 2 or 3 in the world, fighting a world champion for $500,000. So the reason, in my mind, why Ortiz won't fight Joshua, won't fight White, is because Al Heyman, the PBC, need to keep him up as the alleged boogeyman. They need people to believe that he is perhaps a higher level. He's a high-level fighter, but perhaps a higher level fighter than he actually is. If Ortiz goes in there and gets exposed by White, Al Heyman has lost a valuable commodity. If Ortiz goes in there and gets banged out, like I think he would, banged out, dumped out, punked out, knocked out the ropes, like I think AJ would do to him, Al's lost a valuable commodity. So I think we've reached a stage in the game now with the PBC guys where Al is looking at them as a number. He's done his spreadsheet. He's apparently an extremely intelligent guy. He's done his spreadsheet, and he knows how much each guy is worth to his corporation. So he's looking at this thing like a banker. So what the boxing fans want is neither here nor there. It's pretty much irrelevant. Al Heyman is looking at this thing as a banker, and he knows he's got all his ones and O's in place. He knows exactly what each commodity represents to him as a financial figure. That's why the PBC guys will less and less. You're going to see them less and less fighting non-PBC guys. And the non-PBC guys that they do fight, they will be guys that he is pretty damn sure they can win, they can beat. Fury was supposed to be one of those guys. Tyson Fury, remember, he got popped for nandrolone and cocaine. Went on a 1.5 year binge. Came back for 6 months, started to get himself back in shape. Had 2 low-ranking fights, low ranking to no ranking. And then Heyman looked at Fury as a guy that was very, very beatable. Deontay Wilder, in their meetings, in their PBC meetings, Deontay Wilder would have been told, you're going to knock this guy out within 3 rounds. Maybe 6 at worst. You're going to knock this guy out. It was a calculated risk. But if you remember, just going back to the TBV for a second, I was on there because I was going to go to that fight live because I sensed in my water, I felt it in my water that Tyson Fury was going to pull a very big surprise on everybody. Exactly how it went minus the 2 knockdowns is exactly how I thought he was going to go. I was on TBV. I was on that show and I said it. I think they had me on for about 6 minutes. This was before I was a co-host. They had me on for about 6 minutes. I was excited because I felt that exactly how you saw the fight go down, minus the 2 knockdowns, is exactly how I sensed it would go down. Yeah, Ped, we talked about this before. You remember it? Yeah. In fact, you reminded me of it, and then I remembered it. I want to search out that tape. Yeah, I was on there for about, they let me on as a caller for about 6 minutes because I was just so amped about what I thought was going to happen. And what I thought was going to happen is exactly, minus the 2 knockdowns, exactly what happened. I thought Tyson was just going to edge it and win, which you can say he did, but he wasn't given to him. But I thought he was going to pull the shock. I thought he was going to pull the shock. And he pretty much did. He pretty much did. But understand that was a mistake. That was a miscalculation by the PBC Corporation. If they had any inkling that Tyson was as ready as he was, there's no way that fight would have been made. No way that fight would have been made. Tommy 10% upload that video, please. I'm gonna seek it out because I made so many calls in as a caller. That's why they wanted me in because I brought the fire. But I'm gonna look for that, and I don't know if I have the rights to it. It's my voice. If I don't play their voice, yeah, I don't know. It's 50-50. Maybe I'll talk to Aquaman. But it is a news piece with my voice on it. So I think that so long as I give them credit, I credit them, just use that piece. But it's a long piece. It's about a 6-minute conversation. I think I should be okay. If they make a claim, then, I can take it down. We'll see how that goes. But I definitely going to look for that piece. There's lots of pieces, a lot of predictions that I made as a caller, even as a host that, came to pass. So what was the topic? The topic was Ortiz v. Joshua. Yeah, so they're looking at the ones and O's. Al Heyman, apparently he's an extremely wise guy, extremely intelligent. And he's an old guy as well, so he's seen a lot. Interesting news. He was the guy who gave Surge Knight, Surge Knight from Death Row. He gave Surge Wright a security job. Sir Suge Knight at one point early in his early days was a bodyguard for Al Heyman. So this shizzle is deep. I'll say it again. Surge Knight in his early days was a bodyguard for Al Heyman. Tell you a bit more about Al Heyman. Al Heyman was a club owner. Al Heyman used to run clubs and out in California, and he was a big guy on the club circuit. Al was, I don't want to call him a gangster, but trust me, Al was plugged in. He's still plugged in. Al has been plugged in for decades. Al has been plugged in for decades, and I don't defame the man, but if you to this day, if you see how that man moves, he moves like a gangster. He doesn't want to be photographed. The guy moves like an old school gangster. Trust me. Right. So that's the reason ultimately why they're reluctant to make the fight. So with Ortiz, they're using the same principle. They're using the same principle that they use with Wilder. Wilder, the tactic they use is just keep on raising the price. Keep on raising the price. I've used the analogy before. Keep on raising the price. See how far they can push the zone, how far they can push Hearn. But they're not going to accept the fight. It's about the ones and O's. It's the binary codes. It's the ones and O's. Every one of his top fighters is a commodity. And he knows how much each one is worth to the corporation. Each one is worth for paying back the debt. And that's why you're not going to see Joshua versus Wilder, because it doesn't make financial sense to Heyman. You're not going to see Ortiz v. White or Ortiz v. Joshua, because for the corporation, for the bigger picture, it doesn't make sense on Al Heyman's spreadsheet. That's my contention. Right. And also, secondly, so that's one, Al Heyman. Two, how do we know? Well, we won't know. We don't know, and we're not going to know unless he pops dirty. How do we know that Ortiz is not doing some, he's not taking some special supplements? How do we know he's not taking some special supplements? He hasn't got a fight lined up. Pre-fight, take the supplements. Careful, moderation. Have a doctor. Have your blood checked. Not by the VADA guys, but some other guys. Yeah, some other special doctors. Minimal doses, micro dose. But then you still need time to make sure that shit is still fully out of your system. How do we know he's not doing that? We don't know he's doing that, and we don't not know he's not doing that. But that has to be a part of the equation. We have to consider that. We have to consider that. So Al Heyman is one reason why it's not happening. To this day, Al Heyman. The second reason, we're microdosing. The microdosing. There might be microdosing going on. And if it's done properly, not the way that Miller did it, like an imbecile. Miller must have gone out and gone to the gym, Bev Francis's gym, and, bought a fucking, pardon my language, a fucking trunk load. Opened up his trunk and told one of his steroid buddies, yeah, just load me up. Loaded up the shit in the trunk. And Miller probably was jabbing in the car park. Jabbing in the car park with his pants down. Having the next man inject him. Having the next man inject him in the car park, bent over. My. So I don't know what the hell protocol Miller was following, but that's not a good protocol. You don't buy a suitcase full of that shit and then get jabbed up in the car park. You know what I'm saying? That's not the correct protocol. That's some New York protocol, yeah? That's some New York down home protocol. I don't know what the hell he was on. I don't know what the hell he was on with his pants down in the car park getting jabbed up. That's ridiculous. Um, I don't know. I don't know. It's unbelievable. What happened to Miller, what he did to him, that's unprecedented. It's unprecedented in the history of boxing, as far as I'm aware. Three different strong stuff. As how did Dillian White put it? He was on some strong stuffs. He was on three different strong stuffs. What what the hell? What the hell? I would love to know. I'd love him just to come clean and say how the. I mean, he can't get done now. He's already been done. Pin cushion ass. Yes, big farmer. Big pin cushion ass. He's already been done. So might as well just come out and tell us the truth for our entertainment. It's what he did. Just tell us the truth. Give us a laugh. Give us a laugh. How the hell did he go from the protocol of microdosing to just jabbing up? Just jabbing up, loading up. I would love for him to just come and tell us the truth. He's already free. He's got away. I'm talking about Ortiz. Have I finished with Ortiz? Have we finished with Ortiz? So let me just. The reasons Ortiz will not fight Dillian White or Anthony Joshua. The reasons he won't do that is because one, Al Heyman says, no, you're worth more to me not doing that. Two, he's got some shit in his system. Three, he's shook of Joshua. I think three is the less likely. I think he's had enough experience in there. You have enough experience in there, you can slip. But Joshua hits so very, very hard. But if you went in with Wilder, who can take you out with one punch, Joshua will get you out with a combination. Wilder will get you out with one. He'll rock you and then start clubbing you around the back of the head. If you went in there with Wilder, I find it difficult to believe he's scared of Joshua. And if you went in there with Wilder, who is him along with Joshua, they're the apex killers in the heavyweight division. They are the apex predators in the heavyweight division. So if you went in there with Wilder, with one of the apex predators, I don't see how you would have a problem with going in with the other apex predator, Joshua. Underneath that, you have Dillian White, but he's underneath those two. So if you went in there with Wilder, I can't see how he'd be scared to go in there with White. Therefore, I don't think he's shook. The two options are his system's not clean or Al Heyman or both. It's one or the other or both. But I think those two factors there are the factors which means that he won't be fighting AJ and he might fight White, but that's highly unlikely. But he's more likely to fight White than Joshua, in my estimation. Okay, I've been talking for a while. I'm going to go back into the chat and see what, the landlord, and see what we're saying in the chats. Okay. Let's speed. You unravel boxing, talking news. He hires the pitch and speed, speeds it up to 1.65 on Audacity. There you go. We're talking about what's his name? Ring IQ. Yeah, definitely speeds it up. They overpriced, bro. Oh. Al Heyman is blocking, says Big Baby Farmer. Dr. Dredd says Granddad Otis still got juice in the system. You know, that has to be a very real consideration. Yeah, let's see what Al pays him. AA Boxing, and Blunts is in the house. Good evening, AA Boxing and Blunts. Good to have you. Leighton Evelyn, what's up, AA? Nexus One, according to Ortiz's manager, it's Ortiz's promoter who blocked the fight, wanting more money. According to the manager, it was the promoter. Who the hell's the promoter? Jeez, them guys have got multi-leveled arrangements. Who the hell's the promoter? I have to look into that. Who the promoter is? I think I saw a picture of him. Tommy Temper. Heyman doesn't like risky fights, in my opinion. That's true. That's very true. Big Baby Farmer. Davis v. Farmer. Yeah, Davis. Yeah, Davis. Davis, Little Tank Davis. He's the third guy I was trying to think of. Thanks, Big Baby Farmer. He's the third guy I was trying to think of. He don't want none with Farmer. And Davis, Tank Davis, little Javante Tank Davis. He's a PBC, under the PBC umbrella. Yeah, he's the third guy I was trying to think of. Heyman's got Pac-Man now. Yeah, I wish Pac-Man would retire. He's done his job. He's done his duty. He's a rich man as far as I'm aware. Although, I must make a note of that. That's going to be another topic for another day. Pac-Man and Arum. That's an upcoming topic. Pac-Man and Arum. I'm not going to go into it now, but there was some financial dispute between them. The allegation being that Arum finagled Pac-Man out of some money, and it wouldn't have been a few pennies. That's the upcoming topic for another show. Ortiz is smashing up his condo. Hey, Boxing and Blunt says, hey, Ortiz is smashing up his condo as we speak. He will be on the phone to Eddie saying, I want fight. I want fight, man. It's misunderstand. It's misunderstand. All right, Bogeyman. He should be fighting the Domino's boys. Where are we? John Warrior. People call AJ the Bogeyman now. Well, listen, AJ is the landlord. So people call AJ the landlord now. The landlord is the Bogeyman. Yeah? If there is a Bogeyman, it's clearly, what's the definition of a Bogeyman? It's the landlord. The landlord is the Bogeyman. I said it the other day. You know, back in the Dizzy, when the landlord would come walking up the path, you know, dad would be out at work. Mom would be like in the kitchen cooking. Yeah. See the landlord coming up the path, you know, it's like, yo, turn off the TV and run and hide behind the sofa. Pretend no one's here. That's the landlord. That's the landlord effect. That's the landlord. Yeah, Ped, the landlord. That's right. Nexus One, Ortiz team are unrealistic. This is a 40-year-old man, at least, who might not get another chance or payday. I don't understand how they can convince him to just go along with the program. I mean, really, Ortiz could, at Ortiz's age, he could just give Eddie a call and say, listen, mind you can't because he's contractually tied. Yeah, he's contractually tied. I was just thinking he could just give Eddie a call and just jump ship, but no, he's contractually tied, so he can't do squat. All he can do is what they tell him to do. It seems like they've got them boys like puppets on a string over there. Really do. I would love to see the contracts. Leighton Evelyn, did you see Eddie Hearn call Ortiz old Ortiz? I did. I think it was a slip of the tongue, or maybe did it on purpose, but I did see that. Yep. Yeah, I see that on. Yep. Ped, I remember that. Yes. Yeah, Nexus, I call Tyson beating Wilder too. Yeah. Upload the video from the TBV video I made, referring to Fury's chances, which I thought were high. Everybody wrote him off. Most people were writing off, but I had a hunch. I wasn't too far wrong either. Yeah. I see what you're saying, Tommy. Heyman used to manage Michael Jackson. Did he manage Michael Jackson? Did Al Heyman? I'm not going to say that. He may have done, but I can't say that because I don't have it as a fact lodged in my brain. But he was big on the club circuit in California back in the Dizzy. He did hire Serge Knight in his security team, bodyguarding, security. Yeah. I'm curious about Aquaman. Yeah, does he act that way to get UK callers and views? Yeah, he likes to stir the pot. He likes to stir the pot. Next does Aquaman. How much do you, JJ in the house, how much do you think Ortiz is worth to the corporation? I have no idea, but it's clearly more than any one of us thinks. It's clearly more than any one of us thinks. Because remember, they underpay him. So he's like cheap labor. He's like cheap labor, big name. They built him up to the bogeyman. That's what they call him. Although he wasn't a bogeyman when he was on the Matchroom. How did he become the bogeyman? He went the full distance with the novice Dave Allen. He went the full distance with Malik Scott, the guy who got dropped by a phantom punch from Wilder. So clearly, he's worth much more to PBC than we understand. Tommy Temper says microdosing is very common. It would not surprise me. I think it's a factor. Big Pharma says Ortiz needs to cycle off the Magnum tonic wine. Yeah, he needs to cycle off a lot of shizzle. The U.S. has a drug problem. Yes, no doubt. No doubt. Ortiz beat Wilder. Ortiz beat Wilder. Yeah. Referee intervention. I mean, if it wasn't for his old age, Ortiz would have won clearly, would have won that fight clearly. I mean, Ortiz went down through indigestion. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Ortiz went when Wilder hit him that last time, he wasn't out. He went down through indigestion. You know what I'm saying? That's a joke, obviously, but still. Went down through indigestion. Ortiz gassed against Wilder big time, says Nexus One. He ran out of steam. Age ran out of steam. If you look at pictures of him, his big body, upper body's like a tank, and his legs are like a sticks. Legs are like sticks. I say the legs are the first thing to go. His legs are gone. Went down through indigestion. The head pick of Ortiz you put up 1 hour ago, you know he's 50. He's 50. He's 50. That guy's 50. He's the best veteran boxer probably we've ever seen. It's between him and George Foreman, but I think George Foreman pips him. I think George Foreman just take him out there. But I don't know. Ortiz, he's the best old boxer that we've seen in modern times. This is Real Talk Channel. Let's make it big. Yes, says Late Never. Now I'm down with that program. Ped, much better. Yeah, much better than what, Ped? JJ, I heard Ortiz fought at the. JJ says, I heard that Ortiz fought at the 1960s Olympic. Oh, shizzle. Yeah, so that brings us up to date. Oh, I missed this one. Leighton Evelyn says Arum is going to rob Fury. Watch. Of course he is. I don't see how he isn't. I'm surprised. I'll be surprised if Warren didn't rob him. Warren's got a long list of robbing. You know? Warren's got a long list of the robbing. Was Ortiz dropped before Wilder? Was Ortiz dropped before Wilder dropped him? I don't know of that. I don't remember him being dropped before Wilder dropped him, Ped. Ortiz, Big Baby Farmer says Ortiz sparred with Cain and Abel back in the Dizzy. I don't think so, Ped. I don't have any recollection of seeing him on the canvas before he went down through indigestion against Wilder. But it was indigestion, though. Yes, he was, Ped. Leighton Nevin said he was. He said he was dropped. Ross B is in the house. Ortiz, Ross B says, if you look carefully, Ortiz was an extra in The Wonderful Life. You know that film, The Wonderful Life, back in the day, black and white? They used to play that around Christmas time or something. I remember that. They should bring back those black and white films. They were brilliant. Okay. Right. Okay. So that's all good. We're up to date now. The third and final topic is Jarrell Miller. Yeah, big film. Jarrell Miller versus, oh, sorry, Jarrell Miller escapes ban. Right. Yeah, that's the question. Sorry, that's the question I thought Ped was asking. I think Ped's asking, has anyone other than Wilder dropped Ortiz? That's the question Ped's asking. I don't have any recollection of seeing Ortiz on the ground, on the canvas before. That's not saying it never happened, but I don't have any recollection of seeing that ever. Right, Dr. Dredd. Yes, yes, Ped. Oh, okay. We're up to date now. We're up to date. So, third and final topic is Jarrell Miller, titled Jarrell Miller Escapes Ban. So let us discuss. I think everybody's up to speed. I think everybody's up to speed with the fact that Jarrell Miller, when he was tested, well, first of all, Jarrell Miller was not licensed by the New York State Athletic Commission. So Jarrell Miller wasn't licensed. His license had expired. He would have been relicensed. He would have got himself licensed again before the fight. But at that particular point when he was tested, and to this day, he was not licensed by the New York State Athletic Commission. He was not licensed. So what that means in real terms is that the New York State Athletic Commission, because he was not licensed by them, they have no authority over him. They have no authority to sanction him. They have no authority to ban him. They have no authority to do anything to him. They have no authority to do anything to him. So the situation now is that Miller has effectively got off without any possibility of a ban. He hasn't got off totally scot-free, but effectively, as far as the New York State Athletic Commission is concerned, they can do nothing to him. He's got away. He's got away. He's escaped any form of ban from NSAC, New York State Athletic Commission. He's escaped any form of ban. Now, the only sanction, and moreover, to be clear, he is free to box. He is free to box. Dr. Dredd says, oh, let's deal with the chat now because lots of opinions here, which is good. Ban or not, Dr. Dredd says, ban or not, Miller's done. Yes, Raph says Ped. Oh, that was previously. Yeah. Dr. Dredd says, ban or not, Miller is done. Dunsky. Leighton Evelyn says he won't escape a ban. Leighton Evelyn, how will he not escape a ban is my question. You see, because we're discussing here. How do you feel he does not escape a ban? That's an interesting point. I want some opinions on this. Right. JJ. JJ says he saw Ortiz doing sprints in someone's video. He's pretty fast for a 50-year-old. Oh, hell yeah. Listen, for a 50-year-old, he's Superman. For a 50-year-old, he is amazing. He's fighting like guys in their prime, in their like 30s and 33. They're in their prime. He's amazing to hang with them and mess them up as well at times. His last fight, though, he may have hit that cliff. He may have hit that cliff in his last fight. God of War is in the house. He says, okay, right. I don't know what that conversation relates to. Leighton Evelyn says he can't fight for any belts. That is correct. Right. So I'll take it up there. Right. So the sanction that will be leveled or can be leveled against him will be by the boxing commissions, the WBA, the WBC, IBF, WBO. They will not have him. They have the right, which I think they will exercise, to bar him from title fights. They cannot fight. They have the right to say, you cannot fight for any of our titles. They have the right to do that. Not to say they have done that, but that's something we will have to see moving forward. But they have the right to do that. Okay, so that will be his sanction. He won't be able to fight for a belt. Obviously, the most money is made in title fights. So he has barred himself. He has banned himself from optimizing his income potential. That's his sanction. Leighton Evelyn says he can't fight for any belts. He is going to be the poster boy for drugs in boxing. He is finished. Yes, quite possibly. But anything could happen. So I don't know how finished he's finished. But he's not finished boxing. He can still box. What level can he reach? How high can he go? That's the question mark. That is the question mark. Dr. Dredd says other states won't license him. That is the common belief. Me, I'm going to wait and see. Largely, you are correct, I believe, but I believe there's always going to be some rogue states. There's always going to be Mississippi. There's always going to be Alabama. Those little places will always exist, and they will take some money. They will take some money. So I don't believe all the states are going to unify and blanket ban him. I do not believe that we will see moving forward. But that's interesting. The boxing, Leighton Evelyn, because the boxing world won't allow it. Yeah, that's the most likely outcome. But Leighton, my position is I've seen a lot of weird things in this world. I've seen a lot of weird things in this world. I've seen a lot of things that I thought I would never see. I've seen a lot of unusual occurrences and situations. So whilst on a common sense level, you're right, I don't think the world operates on a common sense level. Weird things happen. I mean, how weird can it be that the guy was drug tested, failed abysmally, and is still licensed? That's my position. Dr. Dredd, promoters will struggle to put Miller on their bill. That I agree with totally. Leighton Evelyn, can you imagine if he fights, the media will crucify whoever puts him on their bill? Most likely, highly possible. God of War, Miller will get a license somewhere on this planet. That's for sure. Well, that's my position. Miller can fight they'll probably have him in Russia. They're welcoming him in the Ukraine. There are places that my position is there are places that will welcome Miller. Miller will continue to fight at a reduced rate. See, GC music, yes, respect. GC music is in the house. Yeah, I appreciate that, bud. Keep up the good work. I appreciate that, bud. No, Leighton Evelyn, no, he got no license. When he applies, then he's banned. Leighton Evelyn, my position with this is different to yours. He's not banned. He's not banned from anything. He's not banned from anything. We have yet to hit that like button. Yeah, good point, Leighton Evelyn. Leighton, we have yet. He's not banned. Miller is not banned from anything. He can be sanctioned. Hit the like button, guys. What 12? Yeah, that's nice. It's a good start. He's not banned from anything. Like Nevlin says, because he can't renew his license. He can't renew his license in New York. Can he renew a license in California? Probably not. But, oh, this is the next thing. We're closing out now. We're closing out shortly, but this is the last thing. This is the last thing. Judge Dredd says when he applies, he'll get refused. Right. So here's my thing. It's controversial. People aren't going to like it. But if, let's say, California, if California refuse him to give him a license, they're going to have to say why. Why they declined. They're going to say it's because you failed a drug test. They're going to say, Justin Dempsey, what's up? They're going to say it's because you failed a drug test. Say, what drug test? Who was sanctioning that drug test? Who was sanctioning that drug test? Who was the sanctioning body? Nobody. Nobody. This is the point of contention now. I maintain that if Miller gets the appropriate lawyer, one without scruples, morals, and principles, which should be easy, he has got a good case to say, none of you can deny me a license legally. I am legally free to apply my trade. You, if you fail to give me a license, you are guilty of restriction of trade, and I will take you to court and earn millions outside of the ring. I'm not stating that as a fact. I'm stating that as an hypothesis. JJ says, what chance do you give Breezel to beat Wilder? Minimal. Minimal. Other people, I have spoken to other people who give him a chance. I give him minimal. That's another topic, though, that we'll talk about in the next show, maybe. The next show. Slim to nothing. Yeah, slim to nothing. Yeah, slim to nothing. But Leighton Evelyn, from a legal standpoint, Miller can go in there and say that I have not failed a drug test because there was no governing body overseeing it. Slim, yeah. But hear that though. Miller can legally go in there and say, not say he's going to win, but he can legally go in there and say, I have not failed a drug test because there was no body overseeing it. New York went overseeing it. Slim, very slim, very slim, very, very, very slim, very slim. But mark my words. Yeah, Justin Dempsey. Next show is probably going to, it's scheduled for Wednesday, but I'm thinking Monday. I'm thinking Monday at 9. Who said, if you're down for Monday at 9, type 1. Put 1 in the chat. If you're down for Monday coming at 9 p.m., type 1 in the chat. If you are down for a Monday show at 9 p.m. on Monday, type 1 in the chat. I'm not sure. I know we've got Wednesday. But I'm thinking about Monday as well. I'm thinking Monday, Wednesday, Friday. 3, 4? I don't know. You got me there. 6. Okay, I'm confused. I'm going to have to get out my calculator to decipher those complex algorithms. Right, so people aren't sure about the Monday. Okay, well, I'll sound you guys out in the meantime. But, LDBC, I'll sound you guys out in the meantime. JJ says Breezer looks like he's getting fatter since he looks like a stuffed hog. He looks like a stuffed hog. His face is like a corgi. You see him in the turtleneck? His face was choked up like he was a pug. No disrespect, but dude in that turtleneck, he looked like a pug. You know, I don't know what that's all about. I don't know. He's training all this time. He's getting fatter. What the hell's going on? I don't know. I really don't know. But But guys, it's 13 watching now, 14, 13, 14. Yes. So, in conclusion, I think the Miller thing is far from over. Far from over. LDBC confirmed. Far from LDBC confirmed. I just got that. Zling got no chance. You got no chance. Will's got no chance. That's the topic for the next discussion that will be on the topic sheet. Gentlemen, I think we've concluded it. We've concluded matters, affairs today. Doesn't take long to check them. We've concluded matters today. So, what are we looking at? I'm saying yes. I'm saying thanks to JJ, Dr. Dread, Ped, Leighton Evelyn, God of War's in the house, Leighton Evelyn, GC Music came through, Ped came through, Dr. Dread, Justin Dempsey came through, JJ came through. JJ, Ped, Dr. Dread. Earlier on, we had Nexus is in the house. Leighton Evelyn. Nexus 1 AD was in the house. Yeah, I think that's about it. I think I've covered everybody. Tommy Temper was in the house. Nexus, AA Boxing passed through. Yes, guys, Big Pharma was in the house. SUFC Chad was in the house. Tommy Temper, I mentioned him. Okay, guys, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for coming through. Peace out. Big up, everybody. Pet says the stream went well. I appreciate the feedback. Dr. Dress says, big up, brethren. Big up back to you and everybody in here. God of War is in the house. JJ, that's it. Thank you. It's peace, and I am out. Hit the like button on your way out. I'm hitting it now. Peace out. Good night, folks.